Hey guys, it's me. I'm back, and I actually didn't think I was even going to record a Q&A video, but Nick's flight actually ended up getting canceled out of New York City today. Super bummer. So he was supposed to get here at 8 o'clock tonight, and now he's getting here at midnight. So it's Thursday at 10:44, and I'm about to head out to the airport, but I figured I might as well record a video because I have a little pocket of time. And then maybe blog between now and the new year. But I wanted to get a quick video in just to chat a little bit and also just kind of get you guys pumped up about enjoying the holidays. I know that at least like through Nutshell clients and just women I talk to and friends and everything like that, the holidays can be such a kind of a noisy time with food and body image and everything like that. So we're going to chat a little bit about that. And then just chat about the holidays too. So I flew in on Friday from New York, and it's been really great. This is probably going to be the last time ever in my adult life that I will have this much time off. I actually have like, I think 6 weeks off, 5 or 6 weeks off from school. And then the nursing job I have is super flexible, and the doctor I work for is very understanding. So she was totally fine with me taking off from the 18th to the 30th. So that's been really, really awesome just to get out of the city. If I don't get out of the city at least ideally once a month, I start to get like my chest tightens and my soul starts to get sucked, and I can become really I love New York City, but I can start to find myself getting really irritated by it, and I hate that. So the day before I left, I knew that it was time for me to get out of the city for a little bit. So it's been really, really awesome and really, really restful. Just some time to just like read and journal and write and sort through a lot of thoughts that have been swirling around in my head, but life has just been too busy to even slow down and give those time to kind of like sort themselves out. So that's been really, really great. Lots of baking and sleeping in and time spending with my family and my brothers, and yeah, great. I love being home. So that's been really great. My whole family is home too. So that's awesome. So one of my brothers lives in Ohio, and then one of them, my brother and my sister-in-law, live downtown. So it's been really great to kind of have everyone home a lot. So that's been great. And I'm like super excited to have Nick here. So that'll be great too. So today I just kind of wanted to chat a little bit about the holidays and how to approach food and how to just experience them. So by the time you get to January 1st, you're not one in this super shameful cycle of guilt and promising yourself that you're going to start the new year off on a right foot and you're going to eat all these vegetables and you're going to eat clean and exercise and all these things. So not wanting to start January 1 in that mindset of this like black and white extreme to where the holidays were full of just like feeling almost unintentionally overeating and then feeling ill and all of that. We all know how that cycle goes. Or on the other hand, feeling like you let a lie get to your head too much and therefore you weren't able to experience the holidays like you ultimately wanted to, whether that's, you weren't able to enjoy the foods that you wanted to, or you weren't fully present in a conversation because you were worried about how many calories you just ate or what was just on your plate, or you didn't enjoy breakfast like you wanted to because you were making room and saving up for what lunch or dinner might have been. And so I think that I know, at least for me in years past, especially back in college, the holidays used to be a lot more, they just used to be like, the focus was way more on, there was way more focus on the food than there actually should have been. And therefore I wasn't able to experience the holidays maybe like I ultimately wanted to. And whether that was just like mainly just like eating things that I didn't even want to, that then make you feel sick. And so then you're like, oh, why did I do that? And then that just takes away the joy from the holiday. So I totally have been there. I totally get it. And if there's anything I want more in this world, it's for women to walk free of the bondage of being thin, of feeling like they need to exercise this and that much, and of feeling like they need to be a certain size. And I want you guys to walk in freedom of who you were fully created to be, and to totally own that and to experience life, because our days here are so short and they are so few that we have zero time to be giving any energy or any of our time or any of our thought process to things that just don't matter. And controlling food and controlling exercise is things those are two things that just do not matter. So a couple of things kind of that I've learned over the years of how to approach the holidays is to, one, see it as you can eat these foods any time of the year. absolutely anytime. So if you ate that cookie today, you're going to eat it tomorrow. You can eat it February 21st, and you can eat it July 2nd if you want to. You can eat it any day of the year. And this goes for anything, and this is something I work with a lot on with my clients, is starting to de-glorify food. And so I always use the example of cookies and kale because it just sounds great together. But to literally make cake equal kale and kale equal cake. None is better than the other. And you can have as much kale as you want to, and you can have as much kale as you want to. Because so much of a lot of the unhealthy behaviors around food are just from the way we think about it. And so, if you told me I couldn't eat baby carrots, the first food I'm probably going to crave is going to be a baby carrot because I know I can't have it. And so it's starting to de-glorify food, put it on the same pedestal, because ultimately all it is food. It has no power over us. It doesn't determine who we are, who we're going to be, who we are today. None of that. That is all lies. That's all noise. And so realizing that you can have any of these foods anytime, as much as you want to. And therefore, if you eat it now, you don't have to eat it all that you're ever going to have in your entire life, because you can have it again. Like, you can have whatever you want to for breakfast, whatever you want to for lunch, whatever you want to for dinner. So one, I think knowing that, but also on the flip side, realizing that you don't have to eat everything. Just because it's there does not mean it needs to be eaten. So if it's a store-bought cookie, I usually am like, don't even want it. Give me some of the good stuff that someone like baked with love, and that it's awesome, and that I'm probably only going to get this one time of year, simply because it's not going to get made any other time, which is great. We only get to experience those foods a little bit at a time. And so I always try to think of, like, kind of survey the scene and figure out, okay, what do I actually want to eat? I don't have to eat it all if I don't want it all. Just because it's there does not mean it needs to go in your mouth. Sorry, I feel like I'm fumbling over my words. And then thirdly is always putting something on a plate before you eat it. And this is something I'm not perfect at, and this is something that I always strive to do, but it doesn't always happen. But if something goes on our plate, therefore we are aware what we're eating, so it calms the noise that tells us, oh my God, we ate so much, when really we might not have even eaten that much. And two, it also creates a mindfulness, just like a natural mindfulness of, okay, this is on my plate, I know I'm eating it, and so I'm aware of what I'm eating, and I can enjoy it more, and I can enjoy it in a much more peaceful way. And so we can intentionally eat cake, and we can intentionally eat kale. It's just that we want to be mindful about whatever we're eating, so it's not like it's just cookie to the face, and we have no idea what we're even eating, and we might be like in 5 different conversations while we're eating it. And so just cultivating some mindfulness and some awareness around food just allows us to experience it more fully. Those are kind of 3 tangible things. I think also a couple of things that kind of keep me grounded and keep me centered, because the holidays are totally not perfect at all. And there is no reason for them to be, because they're the holidays. Families are messy, food is out of routine, we don't go to work in the morning, so our whole day might be out of routine, we're sleeping in. That is totally okay. That is the point of the holidays. Let me repeat myself. That is the point of the holidays. It's not supposed to be like the rest of your life. And that's the beauty of it. Like, it's supposed to be a break from routine. And so that means that meals aren't going to look like they normally look like. Bedtime might not look like it normally looks like. Heck, alcohol intake might not look like it normally looks like. I don't drink a glass of wine 7 days a week, but I might over the holidays. So everything looks a little bit different, and that's totally okay. That's the point. And so I think first, getting that expectation in your mind, so you're not, guilting yourself or being angry at yourself if things don't look like every other day, because they're totally not supposed to. So a couple of things that kind of keep me just feeling good despite like all the changing routine and all the good food and all the good friends and all of that is, one, moving in some way every day. Whether that's just stretching, whether that's walking the dog around the neighborhood with my mom, or whether that's going on like a run or doing a yoga class, something that's a little bit more formal and structured. Moving in some way every day, because that reminds you how good it feels to move and to breathe. And those things just keep you centered with knowing that you want to treat your body well, and you want to treat it in a way that feels good. Sometimes cake feels good, sometimes kale feels good. Whatever that looks like, that doesn't mean that it's like perfect, eat all your vegetables, do all of that. Not at all. It just reminds you that you want to take care of your body, and that you don't want to abuse it by, just eating because it's there and because you'll never have it again. So you're almost like binging. And you also don't want to restrict so you don't experience the holidays. So it reminds you to take care of yourself. Also, I try to get in a smoothie every day just because I have no idea what meals are going to look like. And I know that vegetables make me feel good, but I also sometimes don't want to eat them. So drinking a smoothie, you know, at one time in the afternoon just kind of keeps me feeling good, keeps my body nourished, and just is a way for me just to feel centered amidst like all the changing meals and all the good food. And it does allow me to enjoy it more. Because I know that the smoothie makes me feel good, and so it creates some balance for me. So that's another thing. And then thirdly is just to have like a little bit of like peace and quiet every day. Like peace and quiet to read the Bible or to journal or whatever that looks like for you. Usually at me, it's a little bit of journaling, a little bit of reading the Bible, and a little bit of prayer. And that just keeps me focused on what the season is really about. And for me, it's about Jesus. It's about the people that I love. It's about spending time with them. And it's about enjoying kind of the food that these like precious hands that the food that the people that I love with their precious hands made. And so I think that keeps us just a little bit more grounded on the point of the season. Like it's not about the gifts. It's not about all the stuff. It's not about that. It's about Christ, and it's about our families, and it's about our friends. And that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day. And food is something we get to enjoy, and exercise is something that our healthy bodies allow us to do. So those are kind of 3 things that that keep me focused and keep me centered during the holidays. So I hope that was helpful. I'll be back in the new year, if not before then, and I hope you guys have a very, very Merry Christmas. And a Happy New Year. And we'll talk soon. All right, bye guys.